Hello and welcome back to John Collects Stamps. A bit of an overdue episode. I do apologise for that. I've had a bit of a hectic week with work-related stuff. Even going so far that it interrupted my long Easter weekend. I got a call from a colleague at 10 p.m. on Saturday evening, even though I wasn't actually on call, to assist with something. So I spent about 3 hours consulting on some, just helping the guy out, but that has continued into this week. People are on leave, with it being Easter and holidays and children off school. So, you know, with a short staff at work, you know, longer hours have worked, and you know, I've got some overtime in this week, which is good. And I made sure that my boss signed off my overtime for being disturbed at home on Saturday as well. So all money in the bank, which might help me buy some more stamps when I get paid next month. And fingers crossed, all being well, I'll get a pay rise this month as well. So yeah, things are looking up. I am on call again due to short staff availability, but I finish my on-call rota tomorrow. And I've got the weekend off, so I can't wait. I'm going to turn my phones off this weekend. So if anybody wants me, it's tough. They can whistle. Anyway, first things first. The 750 subscriber giveaway. I had picked the winners randomly using a comment picker yesterday evening. The three winners were Stephen Cressel, Shuey08 and Larkspur471. Now, I left a comment against all of those people's comments on the video, and two of them have got back to me already and emailed me their contact details with an address. So that's excellent. The winner, Stephen Cressel, sent me a really nice email. He watches the channel with his grandchildren. So I think that's really endearing that we've got some younger viewers. And, you know, I'm all for supporting the hobby and promoting it to all generations, especially, you know, get some children involved. You know, that's how I started. I started collecting as a kid. So yeah, plant the seeds, get them interested, and hopefully they can grow up and carry on being collectors. Who knows? So yeah, I'm just waiting for Shuey08 to get in touch. So Shuey, if you are watching, please drop me an email or an Instagram direct message. My contact details are in the description of this video. And I'll get the items off to you in the post. So, one final piece of admin. I would like to give a shout out to another upcoming channel. It's run by a lady called Charnie, and she's a South African lady who lives in New Zealand. And her channel is Great Stamp Adventures, and she's got about half a dozen videos out so far. And she's, you know, she's finding a way in the philatelic world and also in the YouTube world. So please go and give Charnie's channel a look. I've left a link to Great Stamp Adventures in the description. So please go and give that a look at. And if you like the content, please, you know, subscribe to her channel, give her a like, and leave her a comment. So anyway, without further ado, all I'm going to be covering today is some incoming mail. Like I said, due to my hectic schedule at work this week. So first things first, I picked up this Isle of Man Mutiny on the Bounty stamp booklet. Now, if you remember when I showed you the collection of Isle of Man stamps in the two albums a couple of weeks back, this booklet was actually contained within the pages. They'd actually unpicked the stitching and had all the individual pages laid out in the album. But yeah, I was so impressed with the booklet that I went online on eBay and picked up a copy of this intact. So I think they're really nice stamps, these. You know, I did mention last time that Graham Beck had done an episode on exploring stamps about the Mutiny on the Bounty. And, you know, he mentions these images here and also some of the images that are on the stamps. So I'm going to mount this. I'm going to add this to that Isle of Man collection. I'm going to mount it with some corner squares, the photograph corner squares or triangles, whatever you call them. So just another little piece to add to that collection. But that's about all I'll be adding. I don't want to be messing about with that collection too much. I love it as it is. So anyway, that's that particular item. I picked up some items for my South Africa collection. First being this high value Natal stamp for £1.10, which is an Edward VII stamp from 1902. I do love, you know, I keep papping on about Edward VII stamps, but, you know, they really are one of my favourite designs. And I think these Natal designs are gorgeous, these bicolour stamps. And, you know, these larger format ones as well. There's just something that really grabs me about these larger formats. I also picked up this stock card for a bargain. Now, this has got a few values that I needed. Let me move the plastic out of the way. I've got some of these in my collection already, but the fourpence, the bicolour, that nice red vignette of Edward VII there. I didn't have that one. There's a couple of smaller formats, higher values. There's a 2 shilling. And there is also a 2 shilling and 6pence. There is a 5 shilling, which I've actually got mounted mint, so unused. But this is very, as you can see there, it's very fine used. It has been hinged. But yeah, that's a stamp I'm quite happy to have a duplicate of, because I do like these larger format. And there you go, we've got another one there, a 10 shilling. This is one that I don't have, so I'm really chuffed to get that one in the collection. I picked this whole stock card up for around about, I think it was around about £25, which, to be fair, you can pay that for just the 10 shilling. You know, even the 5 shilling stamp goes for quite a lot of money as well. These aren't, they're not mega expensive stamps, but there are some higher values than this, going up to the £20 mark. Now they're up in the 80, 90, £100 sort of figures. So hopefully I can get hold of them at some point for some reasonable pricing. But yeah, I really like these. I think these Edward VII stamps just really are my favourite designs. Anyway, that's South Africa covered. I got a letter and some more stamps from the US from Chris Sahar in New York. Now, Chris was the first person to actually send me any mail, so a big thanks to Chris. I have actually got a pile of envelopes that I'm preparing to send out as gifts with some stamps. One of those is for Chris. And I've got a couple of other people based on comments that they've left in videos. So totally unrelated to the giveaway. You know, people have made certain comments in videos about certain stamps or types of stamps, and I've dug out some of my duplicates and bundled them together to mail out. Some as a surprise, some of them not. But yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 of those going out next week. So yeah, these are all US stamps. I think these are all really nice mint stamps. In fact, are they from the same set, these medals? Nice bit of salvage on those as well. Yeah, I like those. Those are really nice. I'm sorry, I've just realised I should have moved these up a bit. Let me... I hope the lighting is okay here. I'm just using natural light today. But I hope you can see those. Let me get a bit of focus on that. Jose San Martin, Hero of the Andes. So this is a Champions of Liberty series. Who's that one? Need to get my magnifier for that one. Lajos Rossiter, or Rosuth, or Kossuth. So it can be Lajos Kossuth, Governor of Hungary. So not American characters then. So this is T.G. Masaryk, first president of Czechoslovakia. So again, this is all part of this Champions of Liberty series. So yeah, I do like them. So thank you very much, Chris, for these lovely US stamps. It's one area of collecting that I'm really not familiar with at the moment. You know, I piece together little bits and pieces here and there whenever I can. I do watch videos containing US collectors and collections, so I'm aware of certain series and certain... One thing I do find weird is that you don't put your current president on the stamps as your like head of state, like many other countries. Just find that a bit odd. You know, and there seems to be a keenness for, you know, using the Washington and Franklin heads on a lot of stamps. You know, I understand they're very important characters in the formation of the country. But yeah, I don't quite understand why you don't have the current head of state on the stamps. Now, this is from... Got a letter the other day from the Netherlands. This is from Dennis van den Rieck. It was Dennis, if you remember, who sent me the lovely selection of Netherlands material with the catalogue that kind of really gave me a kickstart on that collection. So he said he'd been to the stamp shop and he picked this up for me for my Apollo space themed collection. You know, this is the First Men on the Moon, a Belgian little miniature sheet there. He's also sent a got a Queen Elizabeth registered letter there. This is obviously a postal square, pre-printed stationery. Then it's also got a couple of Machins attached, a 10p there and a 1.5p. So that's a nice, I do like that 10p, that brown, like chestnutty colour. And you can really see the phosphor bands on both of those stamps. If I tilt them towards the light, sorry, let me move that and let me get the focus back. But you can see the two phosphor bands running down the left and right sides. Yeah, very nice examples of some used Machins there. And not only that, he's also sent me an envelope containing a selection of some more Netherlands stamps. So, yep, really looking forward to my weekend plan this week is to reorganise my Netherlands album, my stockbook. I've done some prep work. I printed out catalogue numbers and some various other notes, and I'm going to be throwing some time at that on Saturday, probably about 3 or 4 hours, to get that started in a fashion that I wish to present it. So hopefully, if that all goes to plan, on Sunday I can then do a video showing the update on the Netherlands stamps, because that is something I am keen to get out there, because I really do like those stamps. I think they're a great little collection. Now, this is another King Charles III definitive. I did mention this last week. This is the increase in overseas rates. Now, all the postal rates in the UK went up on the 3rd of April. So the base rate for, oh dear, I've just thrown that on the floor. I've just knocked my microphone off. Just bear with me 1 second. Yep, sorry about that. So yeah, this is the base rates for overseas to Europe, which is £2.20, so that's gone up from £1.85. First class has gone up from 95p to £1.10, so quite a large increase. I still think, you know, the post office is great value for money. You know, people go, oh, £1.10 to send a letter, but you know what? You know, I could send a letter from here to somebody who lives in, I don't know, the remote islands of Scotland. So I put it in the post box, it gets sorted, it gets put on a truck that gets driven up north into Scotland to a sorting office, comes out of that sorting office, gets put in another truck, gets sent to a regional depot, gets sorted again, gets sent out to another regional hub, and then either gets on a plane or a boat and is shipped over to the remote Scottish island. It then lands at the post office over there, and the postman over there then gets on his push bike or in his van, in his Land Rover, and drives up a mountainside and delivers it to a cottage in the middle of absolutely bloody nowhere. So I think for £1.10, I think that's quite a decent service. So yeah, I'm very loath to complain about the price of postage stamps and postal rates, because, you know, they are what they are. You know, and my postman, I've had the same postman for about 7 or 8 years now, and he's an absolute great chap. He makes sure that, you know, my mail's always safe and, you know, delivered safely. And, you know, if he's got a parcel for me, he'll leave it with, he knows which neighbours to leave it with. It's not like the USPS over in America where they'll just dump a lot of parcels on your doorstep, on your doorstep, which I find really bizarre. When you get these people just coming stealing packages off your doorstep, that doesn't happen in the UK. If you're not in, they won't leave it unless you've designated an area to leave it, like take it round the back, put it in the shed, put it in the greenhouse, go around the back, open the garage door, put it in the garage. Yeah, they won't just leave it on your front doorstep. Yeah, I do find that very odd. But my postman's great. He very cheerful chap, similar age to me. He always lets on, says hello, and knows all the people on the street. So yeah, cracking fella. It's one of them jobs. It's just kind of thankless, isn't it? They're out in all weathers, wind, rain, snow, ice. So yeah, I'm not one to complain about the price of a postage stamp. Certainly not. Finally, I have a order from BB Stamps, Kel Surprise. So, as you can probably guess, this is some British stamps, which it is. It's a selection of castles, the pre-decimal higher value castles. One of them is to complete a set that I've only got partially at the moment, which is the 1955 Waterloo set. I think I've only got the first two values. I think I've only got the 2 shilling 6 and the 5 shilling. So I've also now got the 10 shilling and the £1 in that set. That's 536 to 539 catalogue numbers. So yeah, that's those. And the other ones here are a set that I don't have. This is a Bradbury Wilkinson from 1963. So again, it's the same set of 4 stamps. It's a £2 and 6, a 5 shilling. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I really must apologise for this. I'm moving these out of the way of the camera. So again, yeah, the 5 shilling, 10 shilling Edinburgh Castle, and the £1 Windsor Castle. And then I've also got some Victorian definitives on here as well. That's £2.5 lilac. Right, let's start from the other side. I've got a £2.5 blue. And this is one of the ones with the 4 white boxes in the corners for the control letters. After that, we've got a 1p vermilion, again with those control letters in the corner. What's that, August 28th, 1880, cancellation on it. I do like old stamps, I really do. And we've got a penny lilac, I do have some of these, but you know, this is one that, you know, I can clarify what catalogue number it is. That's got the catalogue number on the order from BB Stamps. And then finally, one that we haven't seen is this halfpenny slate. I think it's a really nice looking stamp. I do like the Victorian stamps. Some of them are very expensive though, you know, it's not a cheap hobby to collect some of the Victorian stamps. So yeah, I'm really thrilled with those. Always good to get some more Victorian stamps in my collection. So that just about wraps it up. I'm sorry for the kind of slapdash way I put this together today. I just wanted to get something out after a bit of an absence and a bit of a stressful week. It's nice to be actually just sat here looking at stamps. It's like a and breathe, relax. They are good for, you know, this hobby really is good for my mental health. It does help me chill out, especially after a stressful week at work. I just love immersing myself in the hobby and the collection, and even just like flicking through a few of my stock books and, you know, having a nice look at what I've got, you know, taking stamps out to examine a little bit. And there are certain treats for me that really do make it become a highlight. And at the moment it's things like this. Yeah, I keep harking back to these, but I just can't get enough of stamps like these. These Edward VII stamps, I think. You know, if I had to get rid of all my stamps and keep only like one monarch, I would keep the Edward VII stamps, because I think they're the most, I think they're just the most elegant out of all of them. I don't know if you agree or not. If anybody has or knows where I can get a hold of the higher values in this series for Natal, above the 10 shillings mark for reasonable prices, then please do let me know. I am keen to get some more of these. Now, there are two sorts. There are actually postage stamps. These are postage and revenue. There are actually revenue only stamps, which I'm not really minded about. I'm not bothered about those for now. I want the postage and revenue stamps. But yeah, if anybody has a lead on where I could pick those up for maybe a little bit less than what some of the eBay prices are, then please hit me up. Again, if you want to reach out to me for any reason whatsoever, please drop me an email at JohnCollectsStamps@gmail.com or on Instagram via a direct message, JohnCollectsStamps, all one word. Like I say, that's how a few people have reached out to me in the past, sent me stuff, and I've sent stuff back to them in return, reciprocating that gesture. And again, like I say, I've got a few things going out this week that some people don't even know about. I've just picked up on comments they've made, and where I didn't have an address, I've kind of surreptitiously, through other people, find out what their address is. So nothing illegal, nothing underhand, just to allow me to surprise a couple of people, which I think will be quite nice. So anyway, bathing in this natural light here, which is nice. It's I think it's gone 6 p.m. here now or so, and it's still light. So yeah, the day is getting longer. There is a bit of bright sunshine. Still a little bit cold, and we do keep having April showers here in the northwest of the UK. But spring has definitely sprung. Summer's definitely not that far away. Not that it lasts for very long when it gets here in the UK. You know, look, we might get a week of glorious sunshine, but warmer days definitely. You know, I do like warmer days and I like sunshine. I don't like winter. I don't like dark nights where it goes dark at 4 p.m. So anyway, enough of me waffling. I hope you're all okay, and I hope to see you all in the next one. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the link in the description for Charnie's channel, Great Stamp Adventures. And a final shout out to Shuey08. Please get in touch with me with your address so I can post your runners-up prize out to you next week when I go to the post office. So as I record this, I've announced the 750 subscriber giveaway winners, and I'm actually on 849 subscribers. So I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you very much to all of you for supporting me, and all the comments you make, all the comments you leave, all the thumbs ups, and just nice things you do, nice things you say. And it really does motivate me to keep going. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Let me get that number up a little bit more and can get my videos out to other people. So bye for now. Take care.